Now the people complained bitterly in the hearing of the Lord, and when he had heard it, his wrath flared up, so that the Lord's fire burned among them and consumed the outskirts of the camp. But when the people cried out to Moses, he prayed to the Lord, and the fire died out. Hence that place was called Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burned among them. The riffraff among them were so greedy for meat that even the Israelites lamented again. If only we had meat for food. We remember the fish we used to eat without cost in Egypt, and the cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, and the garlic. But now we are famished. We have nothing to look forward to but this manna. Manna was like coriander seed and had the appearance of bdellium. When they had gone about and gathered it up, the people would grind it between millstones or pound it into mortar, then cook it in a pot and make it into loaves with a rich, creamy taste. At night, when the dew fell upon the camp, manna also fell. When Moses heard the people, family after family, crying at the entrance of the tent, so that the Lord became very angry, he was grieved. "Why do you treat your servant so badly?" Moses asked the Lord. "Why are you displeased with me that you burden me with all this people? Was it I who conceived all this people, or was it I who gave birth to tell that you tell me to carry them at your breast like a nurse carrying an infant to the land, who promised under oath to their fathers? Where can I get meat to give to all this people? For they are crying to me, 'Give us meat for our food.' I cannot carry all this people by myself, for they are too heavy for me. If this is the way you will deal with me, then please do me this favor of killing me at once, so that I need no longer face my distress." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Assemble for me 70 of the elders of Israel, whom you know to be elders and authorities among the people, and bring them to the tent of meeting. When they are in place beside you, I will come down and speak with you there. I will also take some of the Spirit that is on you and will confer it to them, that they may share the burden of the people with you. You will then not have to bear it by yourself. To the people, however, you shall say, 'Sanctify yourselves for tomorrow, when you shall have meat to eat.' For in hearing of the Lord you have cried, 'If only we had meat for our food. Oh, how well we were off in the land of Egypt.' Therefore the Lord will give you meat to eat, and you will eat it not for 1 day or 2 days or 5 or 10 or 20 days, but for a whole month, until it comes out of your very nostrils and becomes loathsome to you. For you have rejected the Lord who is in your midst, and in his presence you have cried, 'Why did we ever leave Egypt?' But Moses said, 'The people around me include 600,000 soldiers, yet you say, I will give them meat to eat for a whole month. Can enough sheep and cattle be slaughtered for them? If all the fish of the sea were caught for them, would they have enough?' The Lord answered Moses, 'Is this beyond the Lord's reach? You shall see now whether or not I have said to you takes place.' So Moses went out and told the people what the Lord had said. Gathering 70 elders of the people, he had them stand about the tent. The Lord then came down in the cloud and spoke to him. Taking some of the Spirit that was on Moses, he bestowed it on the 70 elders, and as the Spirit came to rest on them, they prophesied, but did not continue. Now 2 men, one named Eldad and the other Medad, had remained in the camp, yet the Spirit came to rest on them also. They too had been on the list, but had not gone out to the tent, and they so prophesied in the camp. So when a young man and reported to Moses, Eldad and Medad are prophesying in the camp. Joshua, son of Nun, whom his youth had been Moses' aide, said, My lord Moses, stop them. But Moses answered him, Are you jealous for my sake? If only all the people of Israel were prophets, if only the Lord would bestow my spirit on them. Then Moses retired to the camp along with the elders of Israel. Then arose a wind from the Lord that drove in quail from the sea and left them all around the campsite to a distance journey at the depths of 2 cubits upon the ground. So all that day, all night, and all the next day, the people set about to gather in quail. Even the one who got the least gathered 10 homes on them. Then they spread them out all around the camp. But while the meat was still between their teeth, before it could be chewed, the Lord's wrath flared up against the people, and the Lord struck them with a very great plague. So that place was called Kibroth Badavah, because it was there that the greedy people were buried. From Kibroth Hatavah, the people set out from Hazeroth, where they stayed. This is the word of the Lord.